Welcome to Scarecrow Miniature Painting. I'm Steven. If you hear a little Scarecrow in the background, he just finished painting like he did last night. And we received our white primer. Now, as you can see, our handle is a little bit more dirtier than usual. This is what I used to prime the miniature. Now, as you can see, unlike my normal miniatures, this is a little bit brighter. That's because it's a matte white. Now there's some recesses and some good fold lines. Just like all Nosler figures, these came with too. However, I'm going to put a brief pause. I'm going to show you what happened to the other figure. So this is what happened. Your paint's over here, Bubba. Go around.
No.
This is what happened to this figure. As you can see, a lot of the depth has been lost in the face, primarily. And that is from spray painting too close. Now, you still got the coloring and everything like that, but a lot of the features are now missing. Now, that's not saying you can't go ahead and paint it. It just won't look as good. So, how are we going to paint this figure? We might paint this one later. I'm not sure. Like I said, a lot of the details gone, and with these figures, they are already really small, detailed. So, first things first is we are going to take a dark wash. And we are using Army Painter, of course. We're going to thin that down. We're going to take our brush. And we're just going to take that over the entire miniature. Now this is going to dull I will say this will dull the white of the figure, but it will also make those white, those recesses that are in the white pop a little bit more as well. So like, for instance, his feet right there. I couldn't even tell whenever I was looking at the miniature that he actually has toes right there. Whereas now that I've put that wash down, I can make them out a little bit better. So we want to do around the pants. Now, just like with any wash, you don't want this to sit in the wash, or the wash to sit in it. You just want to make sure it gets in the recesses and begins darkening up. So, I'm just going to take it across, like I said, almost the entire miniature. The reason we're doing it this way is because it gives off the shadow that we're going to use for future painting. It shows us where our darkest recesses need to be and our highest. Army Painters has a really good... Hold on, bud. Army Painters has a really good system in place that they use called the dip method. If you buy their... Okay, I'll get to that in here in 1 second, Bubba. If you buy their miniature paints or their washes in their bulk canisters, which are, I wouldn't say they are fully I wouldn't say that they're fully what's the word I'm looking for? Tubs. They are more like a jar that you will take your figure and you'll just dip the figure right in. But I'm just taking it over all the recesses, letting it get into the crevices. This way, all of the paint that we want dark will be dark. And all the paint we want light will be light. And you do want to go over the entire miniature so it doesn't look like, oh, well, the tail's a little bit brighter, or the sword on the bottom it's a little bit lighter. So that's what we got so far. Now, as you can see, in comparison, the two are night and day. However, you can still see all the detail on this one, including is this the one with the eye patch, or is this one? Let me double check something here. Okay, it's not an eye patch thing. Circle it across the head. Now, I'm also favorable of doing the base as well when you do these washes. Okay. So that's what we got right now. We're going to take a quick break. And we are going to let that dry. Now, I let Little Scarecrow pick out the base coat. So we are going to do a black furred cat. I want to add some highlights to make it pop out more, look not as dark as a natural black would. The shirt, we're going to do vampire red. And then the pants, we're going to do in a smoke from Vallejo. And then in the straps, now I'm not talking about the guards here, I'm talking about specifically those straps, we're going to do in a flat earth. So we're going to let that dry. I'll be back once it's done. And while we are waiting, I'm just looking over this figure that we did lose some detail on. And we didn't lose as much detail as I thought we did. But we did still lose quite a bit. I can probably even... thin wash that back a little bit. Okay. So you know what? We're going to do that, and then we're also going to do this figure just as it is. This way we can see the different contrast. We're still going to do the same base coats, same colors. So let's start with black. So that's what we got so far. We're going to make him look like a panther. So we're going to put that down. We're going to let that dry. Now this should be dry now. Remember, we're still doing our thin coats. Okay, so what I'm doing real quick on this black is I'm just touching up the parts that I felt needed a second coat really quick. Such as the hands. So that's what we have. So as you can already see, this has 2 coats. This has 1, and there's a visible difference in the amount. Oh, but we didn't do his tail yet. There's a visible difference in the amount of paint needed compared to the amount of paint we added. And I noticed that his feet on the one not on our handle were not done. So we're also going to do those. Okay. And I think this episode we're just going to stop at the base coat of the fur. I know it's not much, but it's going to give you a good depth of what you need to look out for and how to properly prime in a way. In the next episode, we will begin working on the clothing of both. And really, if I'm going to be honest, it's going to really be that one. That's the more detailed model. That's the model that I did not ruin. Because that's what happens when you use a rattle can primer too close. That's what happened with this one. But with that being said and done, thank you for watching the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and check out our Patreon. And, of course, like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But with that being said and done, I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you. Have a great day.